Hi, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. Alright, welcome to the gun shop. Alright, so, basically what this was for a project that I was kind of side working on for somebody, and the option came up of how do you get weapons to spawn with random items on them. And that's pretty much what I did here was I created a system for placing weapons into the scene that you can select what options are on them as you place them into the map manually, or it can be random. So if you look, let's actually go back over here, and it looks like um, all of them have all the stuff on them, but if you click them, you look, you can check whether it has a silencer, a scope, or a light. So you can choose which ones have what. That one has nothing. This one has just a light. This one has just a scope. This one has just a silencer. And if we hit play, they will show up that way. Of course, I got them set as pickup, so if I get close enough to them, they'll actually go in my inventory. Same thing right there, individual pieces. But these marked with random, as you can see, completely random. This one right here to my left has everything: scope, light, silencer. That one's silencer only. That one's silencer only. That one has everything. We can see you get a nice mix and match. It just randomly chooses. Same thing for the M4. Completely manual on what I have put in each of these. And these are random. And I think it was this one has the option to respawn or not. Well, they maybe it was the one next to it. But you can actually turn on or off the ability for them to respawn. So maybe it was this one. We'll try. Yeah. So if you want to have it whether or not it'll respawn or not, you can check right here. It can respawn, and respawn delay is 5 seconds. I don't think I added that to the pistols. Yeah. Respawn delay and can respawn. So once you place it into the map, you can even set it to whether or not it's going to respawn or not. So the question came up of weapon switching. So you complaining about the stream and you didn't show up last night, and so now you're complaining again. So and here it is. The stream is live. This is the place to ask questions and get faster responses. So I'm going to recreate, and these are my pickups here. I'm going to go ahead and create a new blueprint actor, and we'll start this with just regular shotgun PU for the pickup. Go into it, weapons. Yeah. But whenever I ask for people to say, hey, what's a good time for me to stream that's more convenient for everybody, um, and I don't get responses, then, I just do whatever the hell I want to do. Shotgun. Now, this shotgun doesn't have any attachments to it at all. Um, I can go ahead and add them if I want. But just for the sake of time and effort, we're just going to pop that in here. We're going to add in a box collision so that we can actually make it where it'll be picked up. And it's perfectly zeroed out. However, the weapon is not. So we'll take the shotgun itself and try to put it center. I know you have specific things going on. Um, I know it's silly to think that I actually have things going on too, but you know, if I get and seem grumpy at times, it's because, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm old and I'm grumpy. It's just the way that I is be. And we'll do this, add vent on the component begin overlap. So we're just creating the pickup right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go to my character and set up a few things in the character here. So I've already got the pistol called the Grok and the M4. So I'm going to create another variable called has shotgun question mark. So the variable is there. So now if we go to other actor, well, it's because I get so many DMs, and I tell people don't DM me. If you have questions, ask them in my channel. That's what the channel is there for, is for people to actually ask questions. And I specifically, oh, I know you're actually on my special team, so you could even ask me in a private room there that's separate from everybody else if you don't want anybody else to know what your business is. So, currently right now, let's actually be correct here and put in a branch node. And we need to ask if we have the shotgun or not. Because we already have one, we don't want to keep removing them from the map. So do we have one? The answer is false. Then we can set it to has shotgun is equal to true. So no, I want you only. There we go. So then at this point we can destroy actor. So we get rid of it off the scene. So just short term, this is the actual pickup. And I'm just going to throw it on. Nope, I'm not just going to throw it on the ground. I'm actually going to throw it in a case. And rotate it. And I'll just throw a second one in here if it'll fit. Close. Let's actually try rotating it at a different angle. So Control C, Control V, good enough. So at least there's two of them in here. We haven't set any options on this one. It's just, it is what it is. We don't have any has shotgun, that kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and, like I did on the rifles, respawn so that it remembers all the options. It will delete the box collision or make it not visible. So that's what we want to do is when we despawn it, we want to deactivate that box collision, and then we set the visibility to being false. So basically those two things are going to make the weapon invisible. So let's go ahead and add in variable can respawn, and we need another one which is going to be respawn delay, and that needs to be a, yeah, screw it, I think I did it as a float, Nope, I actually did it as an integer, the way it should be. So compost and save, and we'll just make a respawn custom event respawn. I'm not worrying about any kind of replication or anything right now. So the first thing we need to do is get our box, which is our box collision, and deactivate. So we can't just keep walking over it and getting it over and over again. And then we'll get our actual mesh and set visibility to unchecked. So that's going to make it disappear. Then we're going to run a delay with the respawn delay, which is a float. You suck. Is that what I did? Yeah, I did. I don't know why I didn't keep it as a float. I guess because that would have made sense. Now, respawn delay, let's just go ahead and give it a random number of 5. So it'll have a 5-second time. Then we can grab our box collision again and activate. Now we get to the next part, which is part of what the question here was from Tater. Well, see, if you spawn and despawn stuff, you have to spawn it and then you have to destroy it, and that's one way you can do it, and it works. Another way to keep about that is if you're spawning it into the map and then you're destroying it, you can also create a respawn location to where if you want to drop the item, then you actually have to then spawn that item, but you want to spawn it with the options of what was currently on it, and that gets more advanced into what it actually can be. You can see you got propagate children here also. If we look at this one right here, let's actually fix the category. We'll call that respawn, and then move our respawn delay into that same category. So now if we look at our shotgun in the map, click on it. Yeah, you actually have to click there to make them visible. So now we look, can respawn, yes, 5-second delay. This one, same thing, no respawn, but we'll leave it at that. The right one can respawn, the left one cannot. So we may not be able to get close enough to actually, there we go, because of the way my rack system is set up. Oh, well, we actually have to put this custom event somewhere. So we're doing all this. Let's actually shift these over. Actually, no, just as long as we do it before the destroy actor, and let's add a branch in, and can respawn. Well, you got to tell me where you need me to slow down. If you cannot respawn, then destroy. If you can, then I learn how to spell. I know that would be complicated for me to actually learn how to spell, but so what's happening here is When we step over the box collision with our player, it checks to see if we have the shotgun or not. If we do have the shotgun, then it's not going to do anything. If we don't already have one, it's going to set it in our player character to be able to have it, and it'll put it into a storage location. Um, then we're checking, can it respawn or not. If it can respawn, then it does the respawn. If it cannot, then it just destroys it. So we'll go in here, and we're just setting up the actual pickup item. So there, we picked it up, and it respawned. All right. We picked up one of those, and we picked up one of those. But you can see they're not showing up on the player. So when I pick up the pistol, I want it to go directly to the holster. When I pick up the shotgun, I want to go to my back. And for giggles, we'll make the M4 go to the front. So you actually have to set up these things in your player. Well, I'm getting there. Actually had to have the weapons available to do. So if I pick up a pistol, I want it to go directly to my holster. So we need to go into our character mesh, and we need a holster location. And I have one right there. As you can see, I've already set up the preview mesh to have the pistol in the holster. So that's good. For the sake of it, while I'm here, let's go ahead and do on spine 3. Let's put the shotgun here. You asshole. Click on it, hit F2. Back, weapon. And let's add a preview asset to it. These are just defining where the weapons are going to actually go. Let's see, shotgun. All right, so we don't really want to carry a shotgun this way. Maybe you do, but I'm pretty sure I don't. So let's just, you ass clown, click off of it, why don't you? None of these look particularly good, no matter how you do it. So, I just want it to be something visible. There, we have a shotgun on our back, and we're going to assume that we're a good FBI agent here, and we actually have a single point sling. So let's add socket, and we'll call this front weapon, whatever. And we'll add a preview asset, rifle, SWAT. Now, these aren't the only items that we need here. If you're not familiar with what a single point sling is, typically it's a loose fitting sling that sits right in front of you, and as you're using your weapon, your primary weapon. If it runs dry and you immediately need another weapon, you can let go of it. It will hang right there in front of you while you grab your pistol. You can engage with your pistol, reholster your pistol, and then reach right in front and grab. I know you can't see what the hell I'm doing with my hands, but it places the weapon right in front of you so you have quick access to get back to it again. So that's our single point sling for our weapon. We've got our holster. So these are our put away areas. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got one for main hand for our weapon to sit in. So hand R and add socket. Select it, hit F2, call it main, hand, whether you're spawning things in or whatever. This is, sockets have got to be there. And we want the pistole. I don't have any animations in here right now. But if I did have the weapon animation, I can use specific animation, go through the list, and actually find the one that I want, and then hit pause, stop it. Yeah, this will work for anything, because if you've got a weapon, you got to put it somewhere. And I'm not going to be 100% clean and perfect. I just want this here for now because I don't have the animations in. And this isn't a stream about animations. Alright, so that's close enough. So let's save that. We at least have our locations to put things in now for our hand and storage location. So what we're going to do is with our player blueprint. So this is the kind of a cheaty but effective way that it will work, is to actually add things to the mesh now and then don't activate them. So what do I mean by that? Let's go with weapons rigged because we want a skeletal mesh. We already have a holster. Let's do the pistol. It would actually be better to spawn and despawn these things. If that's what you guys would rather see, is the spawn and destroy method, or if you just want the set visibility method. Because if you've got the set visibility method, then you don't necessarily have to do these, but it's nice to have, is to check whether you've got the weapon or not. If you do the spawn despawn method, then there's more involved in it, but it works. So let's actually go with a custom event. Get shotgun. Oh, let's go. Let's get shotgun. So when we get the shotgun with this custom event, what we want to do is we want to spawn it. It is. When you're spawning items in, well, then again, also you have to look at it as the other method of set invisibility is the item is already there. So you're already taking the performance hit. So we'll look at both different ways here. When I get the shotgun, we want to go ahead and turn it on. So we know that we have a shotgun because we're going to run this custom event. So we can actually run this custom event in the pickup, and it'll automatically do what we're going to do here. So if this one is spawn actor from class. Then we have to figure out where we want it to go to. So if we go to mesh, get socket transform. The socket name is holster. You have to make sure that's typed correctly. So whenever I'm sorry, yeah, let's just do this one. We're going to spawn the shotgun. We're spawning that pickup. So that's not what we want. We want to go ahead and actually create, and let's go ahead and duplicate this one for now. No, we don't want to duplicate that one. We want to go ahead and create a new blueprint, actor, and shotgun, the actual weapon. So I'm actually going to move this over to that folder. And let's go ahead and put the model in there. Shotgun's could be the easiest one to screw around with right now because it doesn't have all the attachments on it. Add component, and let's say shotgun, and compile and save. Then we need to look back at our mesh again. And we want the shotgun to go directly to our back. We don't want to equip it right off. So I'm going to select that back weapon, and I am going to copy selected sockets. And I'm going to go back to here and paste that in here. God, you're so stupid. Why would you do that? I told you to frickin' copy the damn thing, and it just did all this bullshit. Copy bone name. You know what? F2, Control C does the same damn thing. Okay, so I'm getting the transform location of that, and I'm going to put that into the location it's going to go to. And what we actually want is the shotgun BP. So we're picking up that, we're going to spawn it into this location, and now we have a shotgun. So for this style, this is what we're going to do for now, is we're just going to spawn it. So when we actually step over the pickup, we're just setting that variable. So we need to actually come back over here as well. And since we just created that custom event called get shotgun, we need to drag off. Hello, I am fucking trying to do something. Would you mind not going to sleep or doing your swarm bullshit while I'm trying to do something? Thank you. Get shotgun. We can now call that custom event from inside the pickup blueprint. And then we should be able to spawn it. Yeah, I got it. I think I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Alright, so you can see it spawned it. However, it spawned it to that location, RTS World. This is where dyslexia comes in handy. Nope. And not knowing what the hell you're doing as well. RTS component. Actually, let's we need to attach to. Yeah, I don't even like this way. This way just annoys the crap out of me. Don't need you. Don't need you. Yeah, doing the spawn and destroy method just, it's annoying as crap, because when you spawn something, when you want to change the location, you have to destroy it. Oh no, it may be mine. It might be my internet too, so my internet sucks. Alright, so we don't need that. File, save. So basically just ignore everything I was just doing there. I don't like that method. So let's go ahead and add in the skeletal mesh of the shotgun. So we'll go to rigged. And shotgun. Add component. And we're just going to call this shotgun. And we want to put this parent socket back weapon. And there it is. Seriously, I am trying to freaking do something here. And suddenly my camera speed is on 2. I don't remember setting it at 2. Alright, so it's there, but we need to go back down and auto activate. Let's just turn off visibility. It's there, but shotgun on back. So we do this shotgun hand. She's okay. She has her good days and bad days. And that's the thing with all of her issues. With Parkinson's and the other stuff that's going on, you never know what each day is going to be like. Alright, I'm not going to worry about the positioning of it being in the hand because I don't have the animations and stuff right now. So, I'm not worried about that. And we're going to turn off visibility. So, we go in here. With her being wheelchair bound, I've got to do everything here. So, between trying to do the Unreal Engine 4 stuff, getting set up for streams, and trying to work on my own project, and doing my 3D printing projects that I got going on, and the fact that I just had a failure that I've got to drain the tank out of this resin printer and clean the FEP sheet, and then I can refill it and then get back to printing what I was doing. And then once I got the prototype part finished, then I got to get it ready for casting, so that if I want to, I can cast it in a different kind of material and use the 3D printed part for that. Plus I got the stuff to build my light box, my curing box. So I need to finish that out, and I need to move the printer. I need to build a duct and fan system to pull the fumes out, so I don't have to smell that stinky ass resin. A lot going on. Alright, so shotgun pickup. Let's go back to that again. Alright, so has shotgun. We want to create a default system for whenever I add it in and whenever I get it, I received it, I have the shotgun now. I want it to go directly to my back. And this is where it gets really, really complicated is I'm going to assign a number for the shotgun, the pistol, and the rifle. Yeah, bring your tater farming ass over here and I'll put your ass to work. And seriously, who in the fuck? People, read my Server rules. Don't use mentions with my name on it in the Discord channel. Specifically ever, but for sure whenever I'm streaming to answer your guys' questions, don't put mentions with my name in it or anybody's name in it. The only time there should be any mentions is me doing an at here or not at everyone. Nobody should be using mentions at all on my Discord server. It is rude and disrespectful is the way that I see it, especially while I'm streaming. I do appreciate the nice comments, but just don't use mentions. I had to stop what I'm doing to go back over to that. So like we were doing here before, we want to create an event for I just picked it up. So we'll do the custom event. Custom events, I love them. Got shotgun. Yeah, well, I'll do my best. We'll have to teach you to shoot too, because any guy that can't shoot can't work for me. I'll put you behind the scope of the precision AR-15 and let you see what it feels like. To drop some bullets in a really tight group. Be really, really accurate and precise. So when we get it, we run this event. Got shotgun. Bang. Now we could use that custom event to replace this. So let's actually do that. Let's drop that out and let's go ahead and set has shotgun to true. And then we'll grab shotgun back. Set visibility to true. So now that we know that we have a shotgun, we can see it on our back and it's there. Well, we're about switching the weapons here in just a minute. And, from false, shit. From here, got shotgun. So now we just plug that in to the false and to there. And that should take care of it. Unless I'm forgetting something else. There we go. So we have it on our back now. Now, what if we want to equip it? Custom event is just, I want something to happen that I can call. If I just got the shotgun, then there it is. I want to perform a series of events whenever I want it to. So if I say I got the shotgun, I want it to then put it on my back. So, it could be any number of things. It's like that. If I do the pistol, same thing. Whenever I grab it, it'll just throw one in my holster. But if I want to actually equip it, let's go ahead and set it up. The number 1 key would be the M4, number 2 key for the shotgun, number 3 key for the pistol. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So I'm just going to find another clear space to work with. Doesn't matter where. I'll move everything around later. So let's do keyboard 3. No, I want keyboard 2. 2 for the shotgun, 1 for the rifle, 3 for the pistol. So whenever I press this, I want to make sure that I have the shotgun. So I want to get has shotgun, get a branch node. So I'm asking, when I press this, let's actually flip-flop it. So on press, flip, flop, and from there, what we're going to do is we're going to ask, do we have the shotgun? If so, then we need to shotgun, set visibility So if we do have it, we're going to set this one to false. And then we're going to do shotgun hand. We need to set visibility of this to true. So we take it off our back and put it in our hands. Oh, never add. Whenever you're building shit for other people specifically, never do the input. Never set the input. Because you're forever binding that key to that event. Well, I'm binding it to it, but, you know, it's one of those things where I never use that input because I'm always building things for you to add in, like my simple multiplayer Steam template. Um, you got snipped. Um, let's see here. Do this. Streamlabs kicked your ass. um, so yeah, we got to do this in a certain way here, so that shotgun hand, shotgun back, and we need that branch in here because we don't want to give ourselves a free shotgun by hitting the number 2 key a couple times. But yeah, I don't like using the create input because this is faster. And what if I don't want you to have the ability to have weapons and I want to change things around? Um, yeah, it's just more flexible to be able to put in the key bindings where I need them to be. All right, so turn off that, turn on this, turn off that, turn on this. So basically what we're doing here is when I hit the number 2 key, it's just going to ask, do I have the shotgun? And if I do, then I want to take it and turn off the visibility of it on my back and turn on the visibility of it in my hand. And then whenever I hit the button again, I want it to verify that I have the shotgun again, because if I didn't, then it would just be giving me one. So when I hit it the second time, it's turning off the visibility of it in my hand and turning it on in the visibility of on my back. Hopefully this is making sense here. So if I come over here and hey, look, I got a shotgun. The number 2 key, now it's in my hand. I can use it. Bang, 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 bang. I'm done with my shotgun. I put it back on my back, and I can keep on rolling. You know, the shotgun was easy because there was no attachments on it. Using shotgun, don't need it. See? Beautiful, right? Now, if you're equipping it, then you want to go in from your, if you don't have a weapon or whatever, you need to go into an animation that you're holding the shotgun or at low ready or you're using it or whatever else. You do your animation separately from there. So it's just a matter of, that is easy for turning the shotgun on and off. No problem. But what if you already have the rifle equipped or the pistol equipped? You need to be able to check to see if they're there. And that's whenever you start adding some complexity into it. And so if we do, this is shotgun slots. So we're just going to move that out of the way. Let's actually include that in here. So So I'm just going to move that out of the way for now. We know that it's working for turning that visibility on and off. We'll do the actual final conversion of making sure that we do the correct swaps here in just a minute. That's where I'm getting to. I got to be able to have the other two weapons first, so let's do keyboard 1. So we're going to actually do the has M4. So let's do the same thing. Flip-flop. Branch. Branch. Has M4. Plug it in. Plug it in. Plug it in and plug it in. So we're going to ask, do we have the M4? If the answer is true, then we're going to do the same thing. But we need to add the weapons in here. And what I'd like to be able to do is category weapons. Category weapons. See, now we've added them in there, so we can actually pull from there or wherever we need to. No, see, that's a whole different ball game. Is where I have the shotgun hand and back. This is where, you know, it comes into a different kind of complication. And pretty much everything that I've just done is already null and void if you're trying to switch between that many weapons. Then you have your back weapon back slot and your hand slot. So what you're going to have to do then is reconfigure. So you have to be more concise. Whenever you're asking questions, you have to give me all the information ahead of time before I start creating a simple system for three weapons, 2 long guns and a handgun, before you start saying, oh, well, what about having 30 weapons? Okay, something totally different. In that case, you're going to have to do this right here is actually referring to a specific skeletal mesh. So what I would end up doing is going to here, and I guess for what I can do for right now is use the M4 and the shotgun. And go right here and we'll set up a blueprint structure. Weapons. But I end up redoing that name. So therefore you've got, for what is going to go into your hand, actually let's change that to long guns. Long gun is a rifle, shotgun, things of that nature. So long guns, we have the shotgun and shotgun. So that's the blueprint reference right there. So now whenever I call it, it's going to call that blueprint. Next new variable is going to be the M4 A1, just because I wanted a longer name. And type in right here M4. So we want the actual weapon pickup for the M4. Yeah, so you're doing it this way. If you kind of follow along here, it's M4BP. M4 underscore BP, and it's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? It's right there. M4 blueprint. UE4. Okay, why didn't it show up the first 3 times I frickin' typed it? So right now we've got the shotgun and the M4 and that. If put together the AK-47 and do that too, the sniper rifle, any other long guns, rifles and shotguns would go into this right here. And what I want to do now is we'll just use the shotgun back and shotgun hand thing here. Go back into our event graph and forget about everything that I've already done. Forget all that exists. Make me waste my frickin' time on a weekend. The hell's wrong with you? I might have actually had a life and had things to do. I didn't, but I might have. So shotgun. So what I can do here is these are going to get renamed. But for now, let's get rid of them. Let's go back to our mesh. And I'm going to rename these. Main hand's going to stay the same. The back weapon, front weapon. Yeah, that's fine. Because it wasn't what I needed. It wasn't what you needed. Like I said, you should have given me the information beforehand of what all was going on here. So, what I'm going to do here is create a new skeletal mesh asset, which will be the back weapon and front weapon and holster weapon. So that you can have some interchangeability, but I'm not going to assign a mesh to them. Skeletal mesh, and this will be holster weapon. Add, click off of it, click back on the mesh, add component, skeletal mesh. This is not what I need also. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this a totally different way. I just need to think of what I need to do here. You know, I think I can do it that way. So let's just start with the shotgun or the long guns. We'll do skeletal mesh and back weapon and click back on mesh, add component, skeletal mesh, hand weapon. I just need a skeletal mesh references here. No, what you're asking for is not that difficult to do. It's harder to explain than to actually show what it is. So we've created these areas here. There's skeletal mesh references here, but there's nothing. There's no mesh attached to them. Okay, and the parent socket of the back weapon is going to be back weapon. The parent or the socket of the hand weapon is going to be the main hand. So even though there's nothing there, we need to make sure that we can put something there. So once we pick up the shotgun, got shotgun, we deleted that. So let's just start off with the custom. Like I said, custom events are going to be, what we want to happen as soon as we get it. We got a shotgun. What do we want? We want this to be able to spawn on the back. So let's go with this, and we're going to set it to true. Okay. We got the shotgun? Yes. This is what we were doing. We've got it now. So we're setting this variable to true, and then what we need to do is go to the back weapon, and we need to set skeletal mesh. We need this as a reference from our long gun. So let's actually get that. Let's create a new variable here, which is going to be long gun list. Come over here to our variable type, and long guns is the structure that I created earlier with the list of all of my long guns in it. Hey, look, and that's the actual blueprints. Let's actually do, well, yeah, I want to do that. We're setting our skeletal mesh to the shotgun. This is not the way that I want to do it. We don't need to reinit pose, so we're now assigning this fuck off. You made me break all my shit. Shotgun. Seriously? What do I got? God shotgun. Yeah. Even though I renamed it the same thing as it was before, it wasn't the exact same thing. So therefore, it just decided it was going to break. Yeah, I used to be smart. So we got the shotgun. So you know what? I'm fighting to pick up the damn thing because of the box collision. So I'm just going to throw it on the ground. So we need to confirm our functionality here. When we run the thing, casting to our player is checking to see if we already have one or not. And damn it. False. Damn it. So yeah, now we have what looks like to be the shotgun on our back. So that was the problem there. It was now I can't pick up those because I already have a shotgun. So now what I need to do is set, if I hit the number 2 key, I want the shotgun because that is the weapon that I have equipped. So I know that I've already got that. So let's hit keyboard 2. And we'll run a flip-flop. Whether I need it or not, or know how to do this or not. And at some point, what we're going to do is we'll have a variable for each of the weapons. We have the shotgun, we have the M4, we have the Glock, we have the P226, we have the 1911, we have the P320, we have the whatever. It's just going to say that this is we have those. And at some point, we're going to have to do, instead of just this, we're going to actually have to go with if we're using weapon attachments. Then we need to know that whatever weapon we have, it gets the same attachments we already have on it. So that complicates things even more. But we'll get there. So what I was mentioning about the long gun list here is if I drop that in here and then I break that, it'll show me everything that's in that list. And now if I want a blueprint reference of the shotgun, there it is. If I want a blueprint reference of the M4A1, there it is. So it'll know the attachments, will help to carry through. It's not going to help us for right now, but what I want to do is I want to move the M4 from my back to my hands. So get our back weapon and our hand weapon references, and we need to I don't know if that's going to work or not, but we need to remove that component completely. Or we can just turn off visibility. Probably going to be the best option is to set visibility to false so we can just hide it. And hand weapon, we need to set our skeletal mesh to be that of the shotgun. Again, this is all going to be changed because we're still missing components from that. I just want to show you the process. We need to confirm that we have it or not. So if we do have it, then delightful. And do the opposite. We need to do that. And we're confirming that we have the shotgun. And same thing here. So we just drag that pin over. So the more weapons you add in, it can become more complicated. But since right now we only want the shotgun to show on our back, or a sniper rifle to go on our back, we don't want an M4 or a FAMAS or an assault type weapon, what can be considered an assault rifle. We always want that to go to our front slot. And any other class, shotguns, sniper rifles, grenade launchers, things like that, will go to our back. Think realistically, what you're going to be using primarily as a soldier, you're going to be using your assault weapon, your primary assault rifle. And if you let go of it, it'll drop and be slung right in front of you. So you can grab your handgun, engage with your handgun, put your handgun back, and your assault rifle is right there, still in front of you, easy to obtain again. So your primary weapons are going to be your assault rifle and your handgun. Your sniper rifle you're not going to be using as often. Oh yeah, it's still simple. I just want to instill the concepts of what we're doing here. So, but I also want people who are developing games that have guns or weapons or whatever to think ahead of time of the practicality of what they're actually doing. I see some stupid shit in some people's games. I've got a game to review later this evening, and it's a cool guy, known him quite a while off and on, and I'm going to critique his game harshly. And it's not because I don't like him or whatever else. If I don't be honest and I don't teach things in a specific way, you're not going to learn the correct way. And I don't really want to tell you exactly how to do everything. I want you to learn the basic concepts from me of how to make things work. I don't want to say this is how you do it. I want you to know this is why you do it, or how it's going to work if you do it this way. To break down the individual components and think about what do I want it to do, and then make it work. Hopefully that makes sense. So like this, we hit the number 2 key, we have the shotgun, so we're going to take it off of our back by turning off visibility, and we're setting the skeletal mesh of what is in our hands to the shotgun. So if you want to do the spawn method, you could go with spawn right here. You could spawn it to the hand, and then you can destroy the actor, but we're not going to do that this way. We can actually set the visibility and the skeletal meshes. So here we need to get rid of, in theory, what we're doing here, but we're not going to get rid of it. We're just going to take the hand weapon and we're going to set the visibility to this. None. We're turning off the visibility of the weapon in our hand. We don't need to worry about setting the skeletal mesh. In theory, it would be nice if clear or remove or that's map and set and remote. Yeah, just there is less of an easy way to think about it. We don't need to get rid of what's in our hands. We just need to turn off the visibility. And all we're doing is we're turning off the visibility here of what is in our back. So let's go back to our back weapon. And let's set visibility to true. So all we're having to do here is we've already established that we have the shotgun. So now we're just turning off the visibility of it while it's on our back. It still exists there, but it's just invisible. And then we're saying, okay, we're wanting this to be what's in our hand. So we're physically changing the skeletal mesh of what's in our hand to be that of the shotgun. No matter if it was the M4 or the M9 or the 1911 or the Desert Eagle or your penis. It doesn't matter what's in your main hand now, or your weapon hand. In fact, we should change that to be... no, it's fine. We could change the name out if we wanted to, but it doesn't matter what's in your hand. It is automatically getting changed. The mesh is being changed to that of the shotgun. And whenever I hit the key again, what I'm telling it to do is whatever's in my hand, make it invisible. And since we're dealing with the shotgun, which was what was on our back, or we could just change this as back weapon, whatever we want to call that. Whatever's on our back gets put into there. And if you want to get complicated and go a different route, we're talking about the shotgun. We could actually has weapon on back or back weapon and set that as a Boolean variable, so we know that we've got a weapon on our back. And it'll take whatever that mesh is and turn that mesh invisible and turn on visibility of the mesh in our hand. And to ensure that we're good on here also, let's just go ahead and do a set visibility to true. So if we've already turned it off somewhere else, we can turn it back on. No. And I'll break down, let's see if it actually works, and then I'll break down the flow so you see exactly what I'm talking about. So we can see that we have nothing on our back. I can hit the number 2 key all day long and nothing happens. But if I pick it up, now that I have it there, if I hit the number 2 key, it's in my hand and not on my back. If I hit the number 2 key again, it's on my back but not in my hands. And I can switch back and forth all day long. And number 1 does nothing, number 3 does nothing. So anytime I hit the number 2 key, it puts the shotgun in my hands. I hit it again, it puts it back on my back. So let's clear that out. I'm going to run through the logic one more time. So when I press the number 2 key, all right, I press that number 2, it's going to run through a flip-flop node. So it'll do it once, and then it'll do something else when I hit it again. So when the first time I hit it, it's going to ask, do I have the shotgun, or do I have a weapon on my back? In this case, it's the shotgun. So do I have the shotgun? Yes, I do have the shotgun. So I want to take that, because the shotgun's going to always be on my back. I'm going to turn off the visibility of the weapon as on my back. The shotgun will never be in my front. It'll always be on my back. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it, okay? So since I do have a shotgun, it's sitting on my back. Now I want to put it in my hand. So I'm going to set the skeletal mesh. I'm going to hide what's on my back, and I'm going to set the skeletal mesh of whatever is in my hand to now be the shotgun. So now I have this shotgun in my hand. And I'm going to make sure, just as a failsafe, that the visibility of that shotgun is going to be true. Just in case it's still failing from that right there. Let's go back. So we hit the number 2 key again. It's verifying that we do have the shotgun. it is now turning off the visibility of whatever mesh is in my hand. Whatever is in my main hand, this case being the shotgun, it's going to make it invisible. We can no longer see it. It still exists, but it's not visible. And this just bears switching. Going to have to come back and think about it another way here later, but it's just taking out the visibility. We're going to have to add more variables into the system right here, like can fire, or can shoot. And at that point, just adding it in here, can shoot. Set that as a Boolean. And you can always, when we get to this point right here, set it to true. So now that we have that weapon in our hands, we can shoot. And then when we no longer have it in our hands, we need to set it to false. So no, we can't shoot it anymore because we don't have it in our hands. So we can't shoot. So any of the weapons stuff we build, like, okay, got shotgun, shotgun is shotgun, and yeah, it's not going to matter. With this system right here, if I press the number 3 key, for example, we'll say that this is actually the 3 key. In fact, just for shits and grins, I'm going to grab this, Control C, Control V, turn this into number 3 to answer that question. And it's not on our back. It is in our holster. And it's not a shotgun. So Git has Glock. And we want this short term to be the Glock. So we're doing all that, and yes, eat a dick. I know. Let's add in a skeletal mesh, holster, weapon. And that holster weapon is category weapons. Oh, I'll have to re-add that. Holster weapon socket is going to be holster. Compile and save. So, okay. Just going to check to see whether or not we own the Glock or not. When we own the Glock, let's go up here. Custom has grok or got. I want to do this as the got grok. I'm not a Glock fan. I know that's a shock, right? So, holster weapon, set skeletal mesh of what's in our holster to be that of the pistole. And all right, this is where I would rather have the blueprint references and everything else. But we're going to say we have the Glock. It's going to set it to be what's in my holster. So we're actually going to check number 1 is going to be what's on my front. Number 2 is going to be what's on my back. Number 3 is what's going to be in my holster, essentially. So I'm sure. Nope. I'm going to have to do the pickups here. Nope, I'm a 1911 fan. I have one sitting right here on my desk. Okay, where do I need to put that? In here. Okay. So I just need to come in here and just do got grok. Add that custom event in right here. So it runs that custom event whenever I pick it up. And that was the manual. Need to do the same thing for the automatic or the random one. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to screw with that. The random one doesn't seem to be set up as a pickup. So I got that, and I got a Glock. And you can see I've got a pistol in my holster now, right? See a pistol in my holster and pistol on a shotgun on my back. Number one doesn't set up yet. Number two, I now have the shotgun is in my hand and not on my back. If I hit the number 2 key, it puts the shotgun there. But if I have the shotgun in my hands and I pull my pistol out, this is where we need to turn on the back weapon still. But now I have the gun in my hand, and yeah. So just need to finish the functionality there. So that's fine. These are the got list. So when I hit the number 3, now let's review our technology here. That one was working just fine. Now if I actually do the pistol, let's confirm that it's working just fine by itself. So here's our pistol, 3, 3. Okay, I did put it back in the holster. Need to finish that. Yeah, it's back weapon. Holster weapon. Nah, not really. It's just a matter of every weapon that you add, you're going to need to just add a boolean for it. And let's just change this to category weapons. Has M4, category weapons, has shotgun, category weapons, long gun list, category weapons, can shoot, category weapons. Reason why is now I can hide that, so I don't have to see all those freaking variables. You could also do your back weapon as weapons, hand weapon, whatever's in my hand that is a weapon goes there. Holster weapons, default weapons. So all those weapons related variables and stuff are all going to be right there. So we are on the number 3. Let's confirm that I cleaned that up. So pistol's in my holster now. Hit number 3, it's in my hand. Hit number 3 again, it's back in my holster. So let's grab a shotgun, number 2, 3, 2, and so shotgun equipped, go to the pistol. So yeah, I haven't yet, because what I'm going to end up doing is once I'm doing that, it's going to be one of those where I'm spawning them in. So this is where we have to decide if we have more than one long gun, if we have more than one handgun. Instead of using this variable, we'll have to use another variable. So, but what we need to do here is has weapon. So yeah, it's just a matter of throwing in the variables. Um, if we have number 2, what we could do is add to the got events so that we know that we have a shotgun. Um, and let's go ahead and we need to set has back weapon or has weapon on back, something of that nature, so that it has weapon in holster, so that whenever I am manipulating the number 2, the shotgun's out, and now I want to use my pistol, it needs to check to see if no, that's no problem. We just add functionality to that flip-flop till it works the way we want it to. It's going to run all that stuff in a millisecond. So, bam, it's just going to happen and be done. So, what I'm going to do is create has weapon on back. And, of course, that's going to be in the weapons category. And we're going to set that to be true here. So when we got the shotgun, it's going to set the mesh on our back to be that shotgun, and it's going to say, yes, we have a weapon on our back. And same thing for our holster. Has weapon in holster. And let's go ahead and make sure that is in weapons. Again, we have to break down every problem and just create solutions. So it has weapon and holster. So instead of, like this has shotgun. We have right now, and this is a roundabout way of doing things because I'm changing and reforming everything as I go, but I'm just wanting you to get the concept of what you do and why you do and how you do. It's just, you got to keep breaking it down till you get it to where Unreal Engine 4 is like you're talking to an idiot. It's like you're talking to me, basically. When you talk to me, you have to remember that I'm an idiot, so you have to break things down and be specific. So instead of has shotgun, we could set this up to has weapon on back. So we're going to ask, do we have a weapon on our back? We can use that reference there for the shotgun. So we could also come in here and keep adding more stuff to this custom event. And since we're setting it to be the weapon on back, we can then take back weapon here and set skeletal mesh here of that back weapon to be the shotgun. So we're saying what it is and what it has to be. We don't need to re-init pose. We don't need to make our character stop what animation we're doing and reset it. No, it's not a matter of you being dumb or not. It's just a matter of you just haven't figured out the right way to talk to Unreal Engine 4 so that it understands what you want to do. So whenever I've got a shotgun as dictated by the pickup item, I'm setting has shotgun to be true. I am setting the weapon on my back. We've done this twice. So let's actually delete you. So we need to make sure that when we're doing this, we're saying that we have the shotgun. We're saying that now we have a weapon on our back, and that weapon is going to be on our back weapon is going to be that shotgun. So that's fine. So when we're doing this, what we're going to have to do is on this one, let's get rid of that. No. Put a reference in there. And we're doing here has weapon and holster is set to true. And just for the shits and giggles, has Glock. So we're acknowledging that it's the Glock that we have and it's in my holster. We've set the mesh to be the right pistol. I would probably go back and redo that anyway and break that back into an actual variable of saying Glock is this, but I'm gonna have to go back to the thing that I created earlier with the blueprint references in it, so that we know we're carrying the visibility of the items and everything back and forth correctly. My WhatsApp? Not up, but app, right? You're talking about the texting app? WhatsApp? Since that's actually my phone number, I'll DM that to you. But I do actually have that. I'm old, but I still have some of those young people DM programs. Because I'm always trying to get laid. I mean, sorry. Hey, I'm a dirty, perverted bastard. I'm not a pervert, though. I'm actually a sexual enthusiast. Very sexually inclined. How else would you like to say it? That instead of pervert, I don't like the word pervert. It just makes me seem like I'm a bad person. I'm not. I just like sex, and I like naked females. Um, you see, I'm thinking about titties and ass right now, so I've just totally lost what the hell I was doing. Let's see. We're doing this. We're verifying that we have a weapon on our back. If so, then we're going to carry out this stuff right here. I got you. I'm good with that. Sometimes. Um, I'm 51. I'm not 55. And the stream has been going for an hour and a half, so which is longer than what I usually want to do for weekend. I was planning on doing game streaming this weekend. um, you know what I'll end up probably doing is if you pester me about it, I'll finish it out. But it's like the SGK project with somebody else. I ask them a specific question, and until I get a specific answer back, I'm not working on the project. Because I can't do any more until I know the answer to that question. So that person needs to answer my question, and if they forgot what that question is, then they need to ask me what the question was again, because I like doing things and I like helping people, but if they're not, I'm 20 at heart, 21 at heart, so I can still drink if I choose to. I don't drink very often. I will redo this right here. I'll actually come back and do another video later when I'm less distracted. I got so much other shit going on that I got other things on my brain right now. But I want to redo it so that I'm actually using my data, my blueprints instead, because each of these blueprints are going to contain the information of what's actually on it. So like this right here, it has a silencer on it, but I lose that silencer whenever I pick it up from here because I'm not actually doing the blueprint. I'm actually doing the meshes only. So, I mean, it works. We just need to set it up to where whenever I pull the shotgun out, if I do have the, that's what I was doing. If I do have this, whenever I pull this out, we just need to run a branch node and no, fuck off. You don't move. I didn't tell you to fucking move. Click 1 micron off and you don't want to do what I'm telling you to do here. Has weapon and holster. Yeah. This variable work. The naming is terrible, but it gets the point across because we've set that we know we have the grok. So let's actually set the visibility of our holster weapon to true. And then here, this is on the holstered weapon version. So if come from here, run this branch. Do we have a back weapon or a weapon on back? And same thing for weapon on front. We'd have to add another one here as well. So if this being the case, then we'll set visibility. Fuck off, I don't know what I want yet. Back weapon. We just want to turn on the visibility of that. So that it is right across the board. I'm just going to put that there, and then add one more variable. Has weapon on front. Just so we're thorough, even though we don't have that weapon set up yet. Be the same thing. Plug that in. From here, let's run a sequence so we can split it off evenly. I'm just going to tuck you underneath there. And front weapon. I didn't put it in yet. So add component, skeletal mesh, front weapon. We need to make sure that we set the thing to front weapon and weapons. And then Jew. Set visibility. To true. And essentially, let's just do the same thing here. Move this forward. And our sequence node. Branch. Because we need to ask, do we actually have it? Let's move you down. Has weapon and holster. So this one is going to be 2 weapon on front. So it has weapon on front. The answer is true. You know what? Just screw you. Set our visibility to true of our front weapon. So the whole thought process here is um, we need to know that if we had a weapon there before, we need to redo it. You're right, I should. And if that's what you want to see, then I'll do one without the weapons stuff on there, but with or without. So number 2, no problem. Number 3, I pulled my pistol out, put the shotgun back on my back. If I want my shotgun, we need to fix that. So 2 cycles, 3 cycles. But if you watch what happens here, I just hit the number 2 key, brought my shotgun out, hit the number 3 key, pulled my shotgun out and my pistol out, put my shotgun on my back. Hit number 2 key, meaning I want to pull the shotgun out. Then it put the pistol away, but didn't put a thing. So then again, it just boils down to weapon in hand. We have to just break down that visibility issue, and or is valid, or I will go through and I will do a straight up template. I gotta get off this fucking thing here. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's almost finished, but I would rather do this. Yep, did all this work and then delete it. And then actually go back and do it to where I can actually think about it. But you get the idea of setting visibility, and then you're picking all these different things. Let's go to the pickups. And we need to get rid of you. Compile and save. And we need to get rid of you. And was this one? Yeah. Okay, we're off of false then. Okay. Yeah, I will actually go back and do a different method. You know what? That's all part of Unreal Engine 4. I will do it. If I don't like it, it's not working the way that I want it to, I'd rather delete it and start from scratch. So the thought process is there. I know what I want to do, and I know how I need to do it. And I only found that out by doing it the wrong way. I was able to go in there and lay down a couple different ways of thinking on the project. What I have to do is decide the best way of doing it for a multiple solution. So let's just do a save all, save selected, and close. I will make a blank template which does not have any assets that belong to somebody else, like Cinti Studios assets. And I will actually create a base level template, and I'll let you be my tester for it. So, and if it's a good thing, then hell, I may put it on the marketplace. But just remind me, I'm gonna get off this stream. We're almost 2 hours, and I had stuff I need to be doing that I should have done this morning already. And it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and all I've gotten accomplished is lunch. Fucking hell. Might want to check my Discord channel, you ass clown, to know what the hell I'm doing. It's one of my friends who doesn't bother checking my fucking Discord channel to know what I'm doing. Alright, well, I'll get you that information on WhatsApp. Shit, I don't know. I haven't used it but like twice, so you have to give me time to figure it out. But yeah, I'll get you the information for that, and we'll go from there. I will set up the template. I will do it correctly, and I will do it on. I will make some generic weapons to show that this is weapon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever. Just basically a stick with different colors or whatever. and I will do like a basic holster mechanism for pistols, and I'll do like, we'll say, all right, brother, just keep in touch with me on Discord. Try to use the main channel whenever possible. If you got things you don't want the general public to see, you actually have another channel. It's called my developer channel. It's for my key developers who, have been there for me and whatever else. You got that channel, use it. No more DMs. I hate DMs. But I will set up a template, and oh, for fuck's sake, if I don't respond to you after the first time you fucking text me, don't send me 5 more messages. I'm not going to read them, and if I haven't responded to the first one yet. Fuck's sake. And I see that with Discord messages too. I'll see 6, 7, 8 Discord messages, from the same person, and I haven't read the first fucking one yet. So settle down, get all your shit in one sock. If you didn't get it all at the first time, edit your first one and resend it. I have a lot of people who try to contact me every day, all day, and yeah, I'm not going to get into it. That's just one of those things. But y'all just keep up with me on Discord. Don't use any frickin' mentions, and don't send me dumb DMs. And you'll get faster responses if you don't DM me. If you just ask me in a regular channel, I will answer as soon as I possibly can. If you send me a DM, a direct message, I will ignore it for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours. I don't care. Because I've already said don't send me DMs 1,000 times. Unless it is something private. Then yes. But for anything Unreal 4 related, use the regular open channel, or else I'm not going to respond to it. I'm just going to quit responding to it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry. Text message. So, yeah. I don't ask for much. I don't get much. But, no, it's not harsh. It's not. It's one of those things where everybody wants my fucking knowledge. They want what's in my brain. But they don't give a shit about my feelings on how they get the information from me. If I want something from you, I'm not going to say, hey, gimme that shit now. If you want to get a piece of ass, you're not going to just say, hey, bitch, on my dick. You're not going to go right to the, well, I have done that before and it has worked. But we're not going to go there, okay? That's a whole different situation. But you wouldn't walk up to a lovely young lady and say, excuse me, miss, how would you like to impale your vagina on my penis? Or, hey, you want to fuck? Or whatever. You don't just go right for it. Yeah, you can, and it may work, but do you really want it if that did work? So all I'm asking people to do is not just be Mr. Snappy, give me what I want, because it's the internet, I don't have to have manners. I operate differently. If you want something from me, show some manners and some courtesy, and read my rules. Server-rules on my Discord channel. They're not very many. In fact, I should revise them a little bit too. Comments in the wrong places will be deleted, and I should be enforcing that one more often. Do not, for any reason, use a mention feature. Do not. Do not send Beeple any DM without consent, meaning, unless you ask me, don't just do it. Be polite, be clean in public rooms, and have fun. It's not a whole lot of frickin' rules, but nobody seems to comply with them. And then they wonder why I get pissed off. Oh, why are you being such a dick? Because you're being a dick. Read the fucking rules, and you might understand why I'm being a dick. Whenever you first sign up, I know, faster, 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 the world belongs to me. When you're first go to the welcome channel, I should redirect that to where the server rules is actually the welcome room, and that's probably what I'll end up doing here shortly. So when you show up, the first thing you see is the rules, That way people can follow them. Well, but all I'm asking for, and I'm going to close this out, is be courteous. No, I'm not. This isn't just you. This is everybody. A lot of people who ignore my rules and wonder why I get upset about it. So, um, I'm going to change my Discord channel over to where when you first sign up, you immediately start in the server rules page, so that you have no choice but to see the pinned messages. Or I'm just going to have to put a bot in here and just spam the frickin' um, rules every day, every couple hours or whatever. And I don't want to run bots. I want people to be kind, courteous, and respectful, and mindful of other people's opinions and privacy and needs. You know, you guys need my information or not, but if you need something from me, what am I going to get out of it? I'm saying what's in it for me, but basically, yeah, what's in it for me is if you want and you want me to give, what are you going to give in return? The minimum you should be willing to give in return is courtesy of my feelings. I sound like a sad bitch, don't I? All right, y'all kiss my ass. I mean, I'm sorry. I love you guys sometimes, and not just when it's cold. Get with me on Discord. You know what I need. All right, we'll see you later.